15.
Alright, so first I'm going to talk to you all about how maybe you shouldn't always look on the bright side of something. A man named Peter once said, a pessimist is a man who looks both ways before crossing a one-way street. Now, at first thought, you may think, well, that's kind of stupid. Why would you look both ways on a one-way street? But I call that being cautious. If you're always optimistic of something, you're always going to think that nothing bad is going to happen, and you're just going to go on your merry way. What might happen, some freak accident happens, car goes on the wrong way, you're done. Now, I'm going to take that into a little bit more of a realistic example of why being incredibly optimistic may not always be the best solution. This past weekend, I went to a party for spring break in another town, just started last Friday. Now, me trying to be all optimistic thought, oh, this is going to be great. Just going to go, have some drinks, it's going to be fun. Well, about 20 minutes in there, we find out that the people who were supposed to have our tickets, they were inside, phones off, wouldn't come out for about an hour. So we're sitting there in front of the place for an hour, waiting for these people to come on out for a smoke break or something. Number one. Number two, same party. About 2 hours in, someone in all their wisdom decided to leave about 4 40s outside and leave both doors open, blaring music, blasting outside. Cops show up. Everyone has to scatter. So that kind of ruined the whole deal. Now, if I had been just a little bit less optimistic, I'd probably be a little bit less disappointed in the whole event, because I would have probably thought, oh, you know, I'm going to go, there's going to be some stuff that's happening, but I don't have high expectations. Get your hopes up too high, you're more likely to fall lower. But on the flip side of that, you can't be completely pessimistic all the time, because although all that went down, I still got to go back to my girlfriend's house, and although there's checkpoints everywhere, I didn't have to go home. I got to sleep there, so I got to bypass all of the checkpoints. So that's one way to look positive on that outlook. And so there's a little up and up on both sides of why, although it's sometimes not okay to be incredibly optimistic, it's also good to have a little bit of moderation between the two.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I'm sure.
I've done that before.
No, really, I really would.
Not lying.
I really would lie to you. You just looked at me, I'd have just kind of like.
That's all good.
I went to the party one time with my friend Gary. He waited for us outside. He kept calling us, but I followed on silent. So when I finally looked at the phone, he was in the car. He was mad.
All right, Chris, in the opening, your point of view is very clear, and I like the hypothetical that you talked about. I think that should be your real attention device. There's not a clear statement of what the content is going to be. You just got the two examples that relate to the party, which are good examples, but I think you want to try and give them a little bit more structure. From the very beginning of the speech, you look like you're standing sideways. Your feet are kind of at an odd angle. You're over in this direction, and once again, it's because you have those notes off to the side that people are thinking, well, I'll keep going there and looking for the next idea. And I think you need to be engaged with the audience a little bit more. Your voice projects very effectively. Sometimes the pacing is a little bit off. I thought it was odd that you had your hands in your pockets at the beginning of the speech. I thought that was a little bit problematic. You tend to look off to the side occasionally. Your eye contact should be distributed more. I thought you had a very solid exit line. The two examples that you ended up using, they're okay. They're adequately developed, and you connect them to the point with reasonable clarity. So that's mostly what we're looking for there. Thank you.